I just finished a nice little gym workout and I had a lot of clarity throughout it and I just wanted to come on here and share some things. And one of the main things I want to talk about today is just people drive. One of the main things about success is your drive, and that's one thing that a lot of people lack. It's different between somebody like myself and somebody who just says they want to be rich is the drive behind it. And personally, I don't think I'm smarter than anybody because of what I've done so far, how much money I've made so far. But one thing I will say is I just want it bad. I want it more than you do, no matter how much you talk about it. And that's one of the biggest points that people don't understand is the more you talk about something, the more you feel like you actually have done it. I grew up and I always talked about how I wanted to be successful and this and this and that, but I realized that I was just talking a lot and not doing as much. And over time, that talking just made me feel like, I was actually succeeding. One of the main points that people don't understand is one thing that a lot of people fail to see is that the human mind is built to think that we're actually doing things the more we're talking about it. And I'm here to tell you that that's not the truth. You can talk about something as much as you want, and at the end of the day, you might go to bed thinking you're getting there or getting closer, but you're not really. When I started Amazon FBA, the reason I succeeded, I told myself I was going to hit 10K one time, and I didn't speak about it again, And I had bad days. I had days that, I had no sales, no new products, no nothing, but I kept driving because I didn't want to talk about it to water it down. And that's one of the biggest things that people don't understand. And to this day, I've seen people who they just say they want to be wealthy, but there's no substance behind it. A lot of people think just saying something is gonna do it for you, or just praying about something is gonna do it for you. But I'm here to tell you that you can pray about something, you can talk about something, but at the end of the day, you have to work for what you pray for. You have to work for what you're saying, and overall, you just have to put the work in. I got to where I got because I wanted it better than you. You might think that you want a million, or you might think that you want to be wealthy, but at the end of the day, really look at yourself, look at where you're at, and look where you want to be. And if you're not taking strides in that direction every single day, you're going to have to rethink everything that you're doing. And I'm not saying this to be a rude person or somebody that's inconsiderate or show you guys that I have an ego, but it's just the truth. At the end of the day, I feel like personally I started late. I feel like I hit that success late, but at the end of the day, that was God's plan for me. So if I can help an 18 or 19-year-old get started even quicker, you can have that life that you want by the age of 22, by the age of 21. And I'm here to tell you that it's all work. Of course, at the end of the day, God will bless you how God wants to bless you. You need to find something that you really want to do. Pray about it, but not a blind faith. Pray about it and work for it every single day. Pray for something and then work for it. Work for what you pray for, and that's really where you're going to get your success. And everything is attainable with the right amount of work. So if you're somebody right now that's thinking that $50,000 a month is too far, I want you to really look at those type of people. Somebody like a Jake Ryan who started in January, and by September he's making $160,000 months. People like that at the age of 19 or 20 living in New York buying Lamborghini Uruses, it's like, as a man, do you really think that person is smarter than you? You know what I mean? That's what you really have to put into perspective, that at the end of the day, they just wanted it more. They prayed more than you, but they actually put the work behind it. It wasn't a blind faith. It was no plan B, and it was just work. So that's just the harsh reality. At the end of the day, you can say how badly you want something a million times, but talking about it is only going to make you think you're getting there, but you're not really. Guys, you guys have to be okay with the fact that not everybody thinks the same way you do. Not everybody has the same goals you do. Not everybody wants the same things you do, and that's completely fine. But what that means is you just have to stop sharing your dreams, your goals, your ideas with these type of people. They could be somebody you respect, one of your closest friends. And I'm not telling you to cut everybody off or cut them off in general, but I'm telling you that you need to stop sharing your big goals with small-minded people. And there's no hate behind that. If somebody else can't dream that big for themselves, what makes you think that they're going to dream that big for you? And one thing is, if you do respect this person or this person is close to you, the only thing they might do is slow you down or make you think that it's unattainable, when the reality is it is attainable. It is 100% attainable. And once you start to see that it's attainable, that's when life changes. When you start to really think about it, that somebody like Jake Ryan in 8 months went from $300 to $160,000 a month, you start to realize everything is attainable. Everything is attainable with the right amount of work, the right amount of prayer, and the right amount of discipline. And starting is the hardest point. Starting is the most difficult thing that a man has to get over. And I was telling myself about this the other day because I found myself restarting in something that was really hard for me, and I'm struggling as of right now to really grow it and scale it the way that I envision it can get to. And I was telling myself, hey, like at the end of the day, like this is the hardest part. Once I can get to that 15 or 20K with this specific product, I know I'm going to be able to scale it to 100K months way easier. Dude, in December, I was praying for a 10K month. It's now September, and in the last 60 days, I've done over $25,000. And it's not for me to brag, but it's to show you guys that it's doable. I spend a lot of my time on a day-to-day talking to individuals who think they're like-minded to myself, and they're in school, and they always tell me I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. The way you're thinking is incorrect. You just don't want it bad enough. If you really wanted it bad enough, you will make the time for it. Go to your screen time and look at how much time you spend on your phone. Look at how much time you spend on TikTok, Instagram Reels. Look how much time you're wasting on Netflix. People spent hours watching Love Island this summer. Every single episode was an hour long. Tell me you don't have time to go ahead and invest in yourself and in your future, but you have a whole summer to give 1 hour to 30 episodes. That's almost 2 days worth of just time you gave to Love Island. So it's one of those things where it's not you don't have enough time, you just don't want it bad enough. And if I have to be that guy to tell you guys how it is, then I'll be that guy. If you're looking at this and you're young and you're somebody who really wants to succeed and you think you have what it takes, I'm telling you right now, go for it. Go all for it. Figure out what you want, pray for it, but work for what you pray for. Really strive for that greatness, because I do believe you can get it. You know, if you're somebody who's watching this video and you've made it this far, I do believe that you have the capacity to get it, because I got it. I was a kid that in high school didn't get the best grades, in college didn't get the best grades. Teachers always called me a class clown. I was in the principal's office every single day, teachers telling me I would get nowhere. Now I drive cars that I only could have ever dreamed of, doing things that I could have only ever dreamed of, in class making more money than the professor is making. And I'm telling you guys these things again, not to flex, but to show you guys that it's real, it's true, it's attainable. I have 17-year-old mentees, guys, that are in high school sending me screenshots of $500, $600 days. It's really just due to the fact that they want it more than you. A 17-year-old wants success more than you do. If you're somebody who wants to succeed, somebody who wants to reach your goals and reach that level of freedom, whether it's financial, whether it's time, or anything in between, you have to get up and go after it every single day. Success is earned every single day. It's not a one-time payment. You're not going to get $1 million one day and give up. You have to continue to lock in and clock in every single day, whether it's the gym, whether it's your business, whether it's a mindset thing. Every single day, you need to put in the work to achieve your goals. And if you're not doing that, I'm here to tell you, you will never make it. So start small, start messy, start today, and achieve your goals in the next coming days, next coming months, even if it takes years. Guys, keep going. Do not stop, and I promise you, you will make it.